Hello, my people. This is your redneck from Texas, Nate. And guess what? Today we are back with A Nightmare on Elm Street. But not like anyone you've seen before. Unless you know about this release. This is the Raro Films version of A Nightmare on Elm Street. This is their one-click edition of this. I got the Devil's Advocate in before. And that one was really rough. Around the edges. And I'm actually being a little bit literal. It was a little rough. But this one is a step in the right direction, but it's not 100%, and we're going to get to that. We'll get to that soon. But it does come with some goodies. So like it comes with this little stand here, this little like 3D printed plastic, almost like thing. And I'm afraid I'm going to break it. But like a little standee. That's kind of cool. I like that. But then also comes with a pillowcase. This is awesome. It's a good size. It is a good size. Voila. And they did good too. It's made of good material. Got a good zipper on it. Just needed me to put a pillow in it and call it a day. So we'll do that. Don't worry. But we're here for the box set too. So when I got this one, of course, this one, there's a little like had a little sticky tack. It was like this stuck to it. And then of course this fell off during transit from to here. And then a little sticky tack with hair, so I had to pull it off. And then it kind of pulled a little bit at it. So, it kind of does it. But let's bring this in here. So we got... let's zoom out this a little bit. Here we go. So number 61 out of 100. So that's not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Okay. And then on to the box set. So, if you guys know Raro Films, they kind of do this square box kind of thing. This is the lenticular side. See, like Freddy going out and then coming in. And then you've got the side here, and it kind of wraps around like that. Kind of cool. I like it. It's just these edges, like up here. You can see there's some creasing here, right there, and then on the side here. It's where this like it's not completely flat on the sides, but not too shabby. All right. So inside you've got the two things. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's show you the top and the bottom. So you've got Raro Film Studio. And if you don't know about Raro, they are an Italian-based company. And nothing on the bottom. So Raro Films. I do like the design. I mean, the design is really nice. Like this, you have this kind of glossy over it. This is a magnetic door as well. So let's see. Got a pull string, and you definitely need these. Pulls out the one click, pulls out the slips, put you to the side. So you get two versions. Artwork should look kind of familiar, might be, because it's done by Marika Pocan, who's done these before. Here's the sides. A nightmare, not a Nightmare on Elm Street, just a nightmare. Yeah, they're gonna have to fix that kind of stuff. Then of course you've got the Dream Warriors in the back, my favorite one out of all of them. And then you've got him scratching through. And then you have these. And then what I'm going to do is show you the top this one, Nightmare on Elm Street. It's in the bottom. The bottom says number 61 out of 100. Not too shabby. And it should say the same thing. Yeah. Except it says A Nightmare on Elm Street. And if you see up here, Nancy. Okay, so the way it works, just like most, you gotta take, and I don't know what and this is one thing I want to bring up right here. If you see this don't go all the way in, and so this sticks out. The side of this one sticks out, and that's on both of them. See, it doesn't go in at all, like flatten in at all. So I'll have to fix that next time. Okay, for some reason this one is very tight, so like you gotta really pull. Like, I'm afraid I'm gonna rip it out. But you gotta pull good. Okay, set that over to the side. Set that to the side. So we'll take a look. And so each comes with, of course, the case. You get a book. And then you get some special how you do it. So let's go through these first. Okay, limited edition. And these are not the same in both of them either. There's a couple, oh, well, I'll take that back. They're not exactly the same because there is some cards that are the same. We'll go through these first. So you've got, of course, Freddie and Nancy. That picture does not match up to that. This should be Nightmare on Elm Street 2. They screwed up that. That should be Freddy's Revenge. So, hopefully, attention to detail. Like, that one's right. You know? And, like, you've got... And this is a critique for me. I want all of these. I want... If you're going to give me all the movies, give me all the movie poster cards for these. Because you gave me number 5. You give me Freddy's Dead. And then you give me a New Nightmare. There's nothing on the back. We got a copy of the artwork that was on the front of both of the slips. This one's kind of cool. I like that kind of like artwork. I like that. Then you got his hand, and as you can see, there's like the lines coming down. And then you've got the Dream Warriors. Some more artwork cards. And there you go. There's the back of the box. Okay. Also comes with these little mini posters. So you get Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy's Revenge. Dream Warriors. Okay, and then you get the real poster. This is a full 11 by 17 style of Wes Craven's Nightmare on Elm Street. So that's cool. I'm glad they gave you the original as the big one. That makes just makes good sense. Okay, so you get the book. So the first half is in Italian, but if you go to the second part, you'll see it's actually in English. So they're actually thinking about us. So you got Nancy, you got Freddie. Yeah, and it's pictures, but it's also words too. So I appreciate that. Yep, there we go. Let's get high. Oh yeah, you're turning into Freddy. Oh yeah, start getting into the other stuff. Yep, remember that? There we go. That's the end of him. All you had to do was stay awake. We got Dream Warriors again. And then they actually have a picture of Freddy vs. Jason. But Freddy vs. Jason is not in this set. Neither is the remake. That's the end of the book. Double side. Okay, so let's look at the box set itself. So, pretty normal, you know. I like the design. I like this design, of course, way better than I do the original little pack deal. So, okay, top. Nightmare on Elm Street. Same thing. Alright. So if you don't pay attention, actually, there's a little card in here. Okay. We'll zoom in a little bit to that so you can see. Tells you which is on what. And yes, these are the same discs as the Warner Brothers set. So I'm not even going to pull that set out. It is the same. But it is cool that they at least give you this. If you wanted to put it on the back, you could, you know. But it's going back in here. Alright, so let's look at the actual discs. Alright, we got Nightmare, Da Profondo della Notte. And yes, it's all in Italian. And we've got 1080p, 180, you know, 1.85 to 1, Italian, English. You've got, and that's for the Dolby Digital. For the master audio, you've got English 7.1, subtitles in Italian, Chinese, French, Greek, and Spanish. But guess what we have? The cheap old Amarais. We got here. There's the disc. New Line Cinema. 1616, because this is the overseas version. 91 minutes for this one. Okay. Alright. Then we get into, they start doing the dual pack thing. So you get Nightmare 2 and 3. Okay. Same thing. They all have the same Dolby Digital. But this one goes to English 5.1 versus 7.1. And it's a dual disc. 2 and 3. And then the recycler cases again. 4 and 5. Someday I hope we actually get all these split out in their own discs. You know. Oh, one thing I did want to look at. And we'll go to that later. We'll come back to that. You've got on this one, it's the same. Yeah, like I said, same thing. These ones are Dolby Digital, but you lost the master audio. Four and 5. And then last but not least, 6 and 7. Of course, you got Freddy's Dad and The Final Nightmare. Alice Cooper. There's a boy. And then this does have master audio on it. And 5. And it also has the Dolby Digital. So, not too bad. Not too bad. and 6 and 7. Okay. So what I wanted to go back to is, let's look here. So you do have some special editions, like the 3D one, the trailer, Rob Shea portion, and then you've got from New Nightmare, the commentary, you have the problems, and then a trailer. You're not getting a whole lot, you know, you're not getting anything and everything. So you got 4, got special makeup. Then you actually get a good chunk for 5. You get the Houdini video clip, and any way you swing it, the Fat Boys video clip. Are you ready for Freddy? So it's cool that they actually carried it over. But you know what? That was on the Warner Brother ones too. You know why? These are the same discs. You know, for this one, you get the 4 documentaries. And then 7 documentaries on 3. Because I think that's everybody's favorite one. And you get the docking one. And then, of course, last but not least, you get... There's a buttload for this one. Because it's the first one. Of course there is. Okay. All right. And then that is it for that. Now, with that being said, put you to the side. Yes, we're going to leave you there because we have another box set to go through. But you know what? Not a whole lot, actually. So, this is exactly the same. So you've got, this is exactly the same as the other set, so we're not going through that one. This is exactly the same. There is, I think, maybe one thing different about this one. It doesn't have everything that the other one does, for one thing. But this is different. So this card is different. That's the same. That's the same. You get the Dream Warrior 3 mini poster. And then the Freddy's Revenge one. So those are exactly the same. So the only difference... Oh, and you get the 11 by 17 Nightmare on one. So the only difference is this one card here. And that's it. That's the only difference. So if you're going to figure out which one you want to get, I'd say get the other set. If you're going to buy it. But with that being said, that is it for the box set. So we're going to clean all this up. We're going to go to the table. And we're going to talk about this. All right. All right, folks. So we just got done taking a look at this box set. That is cool. I like how they did that one. From Raro Films. And what do we think? Well, is it exactly what I want? No. Is it the best that we're going to get? Yes. Because until Scream Factory or New Line themselves puts out a better box set than this, this is your collector's edition today of A Nightmare on Elm Street. Do I wish they would have changed the discs? Yes, I do. That's one of my biggest gripes, you know, because if you separate the discs, you could you don't have compression, you don't have things like that. But that's how they were already done at Warner Brothers, so their hands might already be tied. So there's nothing they can do about it at this point. So that's what we're going to get. A couple of QC things, like don't put sticky tack on it and then put the little medallion on it, because it's going to get messed up because scratch the box. And also too, when you get it in, the shrink wrap is like loosely around it, so things like that little medallion is just rolling around in the bag. if you seal it tight, nothing can move, and it wouldn't have fell off, which would have been better. So that's just a little thing. And then, of course, the creasing, because the way the box set is, the wraparound, maybe just tightening up some things. I'm glad it's got a magnet. At least it, you know, it stays shut with the magnet, you know, so it doesn't come open. But there are little things. It's way better, though, to me, than the Devil's Advocate that came out. That box was a mess. It was a complete, utter mess. And it's nobody's fault. It's just, they got to take some QC time. And that's what they're working on. We've been told that over in Media Psychos, that they're working on it. They're trying to make it better, which is why I'm giving them chances to see how they do. Just like City Museum, they do amazing. Blue Fans does good. Manta does good. You know, so different ones. UHD Club is probably my favorite one right now. All the stuff they've been putting out. Film Arena. But it is a great set for the collector. It's made for the collector too. I mean, there's only, let's just take a look. Alright, I think, I mean, it's pretty limited. If you didn't get it, you know, you're not going to get it now. Unless you got somebody who's just selling them. Yeah, there's 100 sets. So, 61 out of 100 for this box set. So, if you didn't get it, you're probably not going to get this one. Unless you get it on the second market. So, would I tell you to rush out and get it? Yes. If you're a Nightmare on Elm Street fan, the cards, the poster pieces, could we have more? Of course we can have it. We're always going to ask for more. But that's more than we've ever got from Warner Brothers. So, at least this way, you get something with it. So what's my recommendation? Buy this set if you can get this set. But that's also why, down in the description below, there's a link to Media Psychos. Join that, and then you're going to see every group buy that we have out there. And that's the easiest way to get down on some of these sets, you know. And I highly recommend it. So, if we get a new one from New Line and from Warner, I would be freaking shocked. But I'm not holding my breath. I want Scream Factory to do it, just like they did the Halloween set, Friday the set. But it's not, I don't see it happening right now. So, we'll have to see. Alright, folks. This is your Redneck from Texas, Nate. This has been the Nightmare on Elm Street set from Raro Films. Thank you guys, and I hope you guys have a good one. Alright, alright, alright.